New York's Jacob Javits Center plays host to the New York Auto Show as the worldwide automotive press and the entire tri-state area converge to see what's new and trending in auto mobility. From one of America's oldest and greatest auto show events, from sports cars, new electrics to trucks, highlight this year's event. So whether you're serious about cars or just curious what's rolling down tomorrow's roads, sit back, buckle up, and hang on as Fox Sports takes you on a ride around the New York Auto Show like you've never seen.
The New York Auto Show on Fox Sports, presented by TrueCar, car buying shaped to your life.
Welcome to the New York Auto Show. Hello everybody, I'm Tor Dietrich. Well, as I stand here, electric cars now represent 5% of all new cars sold in the US. That's double year over year, and Reuters says that electrics will make up more than 50% of all new cars on road by 2050. Others say not so fast. Take away the incentives and a different story would be told. There's looming battery issues, and not to mention the lack of recharging infrastructure. Just ask anybody who lives in a condo or apartment building how hard it is to get a charger installed. But the promise of solid-state batteries and the simplicity of an electric motor where you don't have a bunch of little explosions going on under the hood makes for a bright future for electrics. And the automakers, well, they're all in. They have an ever-growing array of electric options here in New York, and if you're into traditionally powered cars, they got those options too. And we have our Fox Sports team, Nick Miles and Mike Caudill, here in New York to show you all the new metal and give you some perspective. Now to date, Ford and GM have made their grand entrance with their full-size electric trucks. Ram says it's their turn. Here's Mike with the new Ram EV.
Well, thanks, Tor. You know what? It's great to be back here in New York at the Auto Show. And you're right. You know what? Ram has taken a very calculated approach to bringing electric vehicles to market. We've heard a lot from a concept standpoint with the Ram 1500. Well, now we're actually looking at the production version. And Ram says they are going to go for best in class, ready for this, just about everything, starting with payload. Now we're talking towing capacity north of 14,000 pounds. But the best part is actually the range. We're going to be looking at about 500 miles on a single charge, and that is with the extended battery with this vehicle. Now, what makes this truck unique is that Ram said we were not going to go futuristic with the design. We want this to be clean and elegant, but most importantly, we want our current buyer to see this truck as the Ram they currently have in their driveway.
This is a monumental point in time for our brand. We know how important the Ram 1500 battery electric truck is, again, not only to the brand, but to the company. We showed the concept in Vegas, and that was a glimpse of the future. I made a promise that everything that our fans and customers see from Ram from that point forward would be somewhere a direct descendant of that concept. And you could see it with this beautiful, heroic styling. I mean, that's sophisticated, but also signals our shift to electrification.
Tell us why you waited to come out with the vehicle.
Well, I think that just like anything in life, it's not usually the challenge that's the problem, it's your response to the challenge. And we knew that with full knowledge of what our competitors were doing, that we would push past what they have announced in terms of the things that matter the most to our customers, which historically was towing and payload, but more importantly in the future, it's about range and charge time. Trucks still need to do truck things, and electrification cannot be a limitation. This is Ram. Everything our customers know and love from Ram, the interior, the tech, the luxury, just now electrified. The body on frame will live on the Stella frame architecture, so it's designed purposefully for EV, and it really packages the battery packs in the midship here, which allows, by the way, for this 15 cubic foot best-in-class frunk. We have two different battery packs, the standard 168 up to 350, which seems to be the sweet spot. And then obviously, if range is the most important thing, you can option up for the 229, which gets you up to 500 miles of range.
And the best part about it, guys, is that Ram is truly listening to their customer base with this Ram right here. They didn't go for that futuristic spaceship look. They want their buyers to know that this is all Ram.
From all electric power of the future to, well, we don't know how this is going to be powered. This is the new Genesis GV80 Coupe concept. That's right, they're showing us a concept that suggests a lot of things where Genesis are going. Take a look at the outside. First of all, the two-line headlights, that black gloss grille, the two lines that go down the side, the 23-inch wheels are outstanding. Look at the rear end of this vehicle. It's planted, it's strong. It suggests that Genesis could be thinking about a performance brand on top of their regular brand. And that's only reinforced when you slide under the back and see it's got twin tailpipes. And on the inside, it's luxury all the way, with orange stitching, with what looks like milled gauges and a beautiful outlay with a large screen, suggesting performance and luxury could be married in what is an off-road SUV with a nice performance sports car. The weather outside is frightful, and inside it's still snowing here at the Nissan Ariya booth. This is their new e-Force version, all-wheel drive. Love the fact that the Ariya starts around $43,000, which is about $10,000 below the competition. And of course, Nissan been in the market of electrics for 12 years. That's how long ago the Leaf was introduced.
By 2030, we will have 27 new electrified models globally. And today we have the Ariya. So the Ariya is available in two-wheel drive and e-Force all-wheel drive. Over 60% of the sales we've had so far have been to new Nissan customers. It looks great. The technology is on par with what customers are asking for. And the standout in the Ariya is the refined experience. Understanding how to satisfy consumers has been very important in the last few years. And the way the world is going, things are dynamic, is going to continue to be extremely important in order to satisfy customer needs.
Coming up, Dodge previews its future for performance. Ford shows off a 700 horsepower Raptor R. And we show you the latest in exotics. As Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar.
The New York Auto Show on Fox Sports, presented by TrueCar, car buying shaped to your life.
Now, when the Dodge boys started the brand way back when, it was all about competing against Henry Ford with a faster car. The brand's known for muscle cars throughout the years. Well, they're in the middle of a transformation from muscle cars to electric cars. And here to talk about that is Bob Broderdorf from Dodge. Bob, tell us about this.
So for the first time here in New York at the auto show, we brought with us our Charger Daytona SRT Banshee. And this is how Dodge will approach the future of electrification regarding our muscle cars.
Are you still going to make internal combustion engines?
For the moment, we've got our last call cars currently available for 23 model year. And what we're really excited to talk about next year is how we're going to approach our powertrains, as well as deliver that incredible muscle car experience going forward.
Has the community had anything to say about this?
I think how Dodge approaches the muscle car and electrification is probably the single most popular question we get asked right now. And I think the Banshee here is going to answer a lot of those questions, and we're starting to help the community understand the transition and how we can truly build an extraordinary muscle car leveraging new technology.
Some of the other electric cars have shown off-the-line performance is pretty strong with the electrics, especially in all-wheel drive.
This concept specifically is standard all-wheel drive. As we all know with electrified cars, you will have an incredible amount of torque available. So now if you really were to approach this thing with the entire element of performance in mind, you can start to really drive down your times, 0 to 60, and also have an incredible amount of functionality with a coupe like this.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this on the road for sure. Thanks.
Do you have challenges with things that your vehicle doesn't quite do right for you? For me, it's this strange English accent. The intelligent assistants in vehicles don't recognize it. Toyota may have solved that problem by having a live agent available 24/7, but that's not all they've done with the new Grand Highlander. Real room in the third row for an adult. Heated and cooled seats in the first and second row, 3 different powertrains, including 2 hybrid powertrains, new beefy exterior, which makes this vehicle look very capable, and it is capable when we talk about engines, a 2.4 litre turbo, a 2.5 litre hybrid, or you can go go for that hybrid max, and that will deliver a huge 362 horsepower. Who doesn't love 20-inch wheels? With a black insert, Toyota are moving to something called Beyond Zero, and that's causing less damage to the environment from running and making vehicles. And this is one of the vehicles that helps them get there. In fact, they have 10 hybrids on the market right now, 2 plug-in hybrids, an all-electric vehicle, and a hydrogen vehicle. If you happen to have to take 7 of your friends to the airport, this will actually take 7 carry-on pieces of luggage behind the 3rd row. Now you put down that 3rd row and the 2nd row and you get almost 98 cubic feet of space. Now the current regular Highlander starts at $36,420, but we won't know the price of a Grand Highlander until it comes out later this summer. But I've saved the best news for last. It's built, it was designed, and tested in America.
All right, well, welcome to Yosemite National Park. Well, obviously I'm not there. I'm still here at Javits, guys. But here at the Subaru booth, it's all about adventure. It's all about the wilderness. And at this year's auto show, they have debuted the all-new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. It will come in 5 different trim levels. And this is one of the big highlights for them here at the show. This is the sport version of the vehicle. On the exterior, you're going to see an all-new redesigned front, an all-new redesigned rear. What makes this new Crosstrek better and different than the previous version?
It's completely new. That's the great thing. And what we didn't do that so many other manufacturers are doing is we didn't increase the size. Even though it's all new chassis, all new bodywork, it's still roughly the same size because we know that's what really makes this car its own separate niche, if you will. It's big enough for cargo and for people, but tight enough that you can get it off-road, you can get it through traffic in an inner city like New York City where we are here today. And then what we've also debuted here is the all-new Crosstrek Wilderness. That has even more, right? So that's an amplified version of what a Crosstrek can be. More ground clearance, more power, skid plates, we've changed the final drive ratios. We've made it easier to live with if you have that outdoors kind of a lifestyle, right? You can wipe down everything in the interior. We put a black headliner in there because we know you're going to throw a bike in there, you're going to get it dirty, you're going to get muddy, no problem. We've got LED lights in the back of the tailgate so you can actually see your boots when you're trying to come in and change shoes from running and getting wet. We think this is going to be a car that you're going to use a little bit more. You can go deeper off-road.
The one thing that I noticed really fast, like quickly with this, is that the styling is different. So I'm looking at a new front and rear fascia on this, but even the C-pillar looks different to me. Tell me about the design.
It's got a more rake C-pillar. I think that's one of the things you pick up, so it gives it a little bit sportier overall look. But a lot of work went into the grille, so there's no rim around the grille, which is something you probably don't notice right away, but when you take a look at it, you're like, oh, that's a much more organic style of a grille.
The Crosstrek isn't growing in length necessarily, but it is growing in height. So you've gone from 8.7 inches of ground clearance now up to 9.3 inches of ground clearance on the Wilderness package. Are your customers asking for vehicles that are more based for the off-road?
What we're doing is following our customers. So when you go to the Pacific Northwest and you start going to Colorado, you're seeing what they're doing to their vehicles, especially Crosstrek, where you really notice it. They're lifting these vehicles and they're taking them and putting big wheels and tires, taking them off-road more. So what we're saying is, okay, we can come in, we'll adjust the eyesight system. This has an all-new 3-camera eyesight system. You can still utilize all the safety pieces we put into play, but now with more ground clearance.
And on the inside, we're talking a lot about refinement with a massive touchscreen. Not to mention, guys, the price of this vehicle. You're going to be looking at the base version. It'll be right around $22,000. This Wilderness right here, right around $34,000.
Coming up, Hyundai is charged up about its new Kona, Jeep has a new Wrangler, and BMW shows off their cool new M cars. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar.
The New York Auto Show on Fox Sports, presented by TrueCar.
Well, Hyundai started the show with some great news. They picked up World Car of the Year with the Ioniq 6. And here to talk about that and the new Kona is Ola BC Boyle from Hyundai. So Tell us about World Car of the Year. That was a surprise.
Oh my goodness. And if I might say, it wasn't just World Car of the Year. It was EV of the Year. It was Design of the Year.
Kona has always been a small SUV.
Yes.
One of the big attractions for a Kona buyer is its pricing, right?
Right.
Now, on the electric side, that also has been advantageous for this product.
It is. We can bring EV to the mainstream. That's one thing Hyundai is going to be really good at doing. And one great example is going to be this new Kona EV, which we've made larger. We removed the radiator grille, right? Because we were designing it EV first. We have a new driver-centric instrument panel. It's got 12.3-inch screens for your cluster and for your head unit. We've increased the rear seat room. And so now we have an EV that's larger, that is for the high-tech, high-adventure-minded. From a safety standpoint, you're gonna have forward collision avoidance, you're gonna have lane keeping assist, you're gonna have highway driving assist, all of these things to help you stay safe on the road.
Now, Hyundai also talked about Hyundai Home.
Yes.
Explain that.
For our customers, we have an energy advisor that when you go on this one-stop shopping marketplace, you can get solar panels, you can get battery charger, and you can get the home charger for your EV. And then someone walks you through the process to say, these are the incentives in your area, this is the solar panels you'll need, this is maybe how you can contribute energy to the grid and get paid for it, because people need help on this journey. And so we wanted to bring that. It's in line with our consumer-centric focus and with our Progress for Humanity.
There's a lot to offer here from Hyundai. Hyundai Home, Hyundai Kona, and a lot of awards and hardware with the Ioniq 6. Thanks, Ola BC.
Thank you.
Well, guys, let me tell you, Ford Motor Company, 47 years in the running as America's best-selling truck. That is the Ford F-150. So I'm here at the booth at the New York Auto Show getting a vibe, getting the feel for what Ford Motor Company has from the standpoint of starting with the truck, the smallest one they have. This is the Ford Maverick right here. Starts right around $22,000, and what's great is this is a great entry-level truck. It's gonna have a smaller displacement motor, up to 50 miles per gallon. You get a lot with this vehicle, functionality, purpose, but if you wanna top it out, you're gonna go to the beast. And this is the all-new 2023. This is the Ford F-150. It's not just a Raptor, it's a Raptor R with a 5.2-liter V8 engine under the hood, pushing out 700 horsepower. But here in the Ford Motor Company booth, it's not just about performance and horsepower, it's about functionality as well.
So one of the cool new features from our crazy smart truck engineers here at the New York Auto Show is Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. It uses artificial intelligence and camera vision to make hitching a trailer easier than ever. You can take your hands off the wheel, the truck will use the tailgate camera to see where the trailer is, and it backs up the truck. We believe in this technology so much, Mike, why don't you go take it for a spin?
Pro Trailer Hitch Assist is only available in F-Series trucks. Now, they won't offer it in the Raptor the first year, but every other model, that's right, it's gonna come with this system. I've got Don Matternin with me. He's one of those crazy cool engineers from Ford Motor Company, and we are gonna back this thing up. You ready? All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you the mic, and I'm gonna let you tell me how we're gonna do this.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna press the Pro Trailer knob. All right, we're gonna say no, it's not, the trailer isn't connected, and then we're gonna back it up. And that little target on your screen is
Look at that. So there's a target on the screen, Don, and until it gets and hovers over it, it's gonna tell me to slow down, and now that it's green, I'm gonna put the car in neutral, right?
Correct.
All right, so now we go to neutral, and I'm gonna hit this button, and it is gonna back up without my hands on the steering wheel. Holy smokes. It actually does. It is backing up on its own to the trailer. Now, is it gonna take me all the way to the trailer?
No, it's gonna stop about 1.5 feet before you hit the trailer.
And then do I take my finger off of it? Okay, so now my finger's off. It says the system is paused and is asking me, is it close enough? And is it below the coupler? And the answer is yes.
Yes, it's appropriate. We set it up before this, but if you didn't, you'd want to check and make sure the coupler height was above.
And then I press the button again.
You just hold it down and you're good to go.
Holy smokes. Guys, I gotta tell you, this technology on this F-Series truck is amazing. It backed me up. It told me, congratulations, I have backed up to this trailer and I am fully hitched in. So there you guys go. I gotta tell Don, he is one of those crazy cool engineers from Ford Motor Company, because this technology is legit.
All right, Insider Secret time. We often get to see pictures and get a little information about these vehicles just before they're rolled out to the rest of the world. That's the inside secret. The cool thing about it is I got to see the brand new Wrangler family just a few hours before it was actually shown to the public. You've reimagined Wrangler.
We keep making it a little bit better every time. And it's a Wrangler, so we have to make it more capable. So it's even more capable. It's got a factory 8,000 pound winch. It's got full float rear axles, which means, hey, if a customer wants to put 40s on it, they don't have to change out the axles. It's got the most capable axles.
Perfect.
It gets all the strength out of the case, so you can actually get 5,000 pounds of trailer tow with it, which is best in class too. So some big capability upgrades. We've added in technology. It's got a 13-inch screen. Our customers are drawn to freedom and adventure in a way that, it's a peak of demand right now. I mean, America wants to be outside enjoying freedom and adventure.
You can show me what it's like to drive this vehicle on some of the wildest outdoor terrain in the world, because you've constructed it at Camp Jeep right in the heart of Manhattan.
Yes, and most importantly, it's even more capable than ever. And here you go.
You need to be armed forces with special winches to get up there if I was to do anything but a Jeep.
Yes. Here we are, 35, 37, 39, 40, 42.
Holy
That's
cow.
amazing, eh?
Yeah. And you know what?
Because we're not supposed to be doing this in the wet. It's raining out here in New York, but it's a Jeep, so why not? We got to see where we're going. Let's take a look. Okay, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Take a look where we're going.
Look at
Sure we don't drive off.
So consumers get to come and do this, and this is more than they'd ever do if they owned one, right?
Well, hopefully we get them hooked, and then they get to see what their Wrangler can do. It's addictive, you start doing it, and away you go. You start thinking, wow, if my Jeep can do this, and I can get out there and see that, wow, why don't I? And then, hey, if there's stairs in front of you, just go up the stairs in your Jeep. Who'd want to walk up these stairs?
Exactly.
Let's just drive up the stairs. And the other thing you've noticed too is it's completely quiet.
Yes. The fact is that whichever leader of the brand can drive me around on an off-road course and knows more about the car than any journalist will ever know. And that's pretty awesome, dude. I love it. Thank you.
Coming up, Kia shows off its new 3-row electric SUV, while Nissan shows you how to go 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, while Chrysler introduces a calming package for its Pacifica. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar.
Fox Sports at the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar, car buying shaped to your life.
Welcome back. Well, one of the holy grails for the auto industry has been to introduce a 3-row electric SUV. Kia's done that with the EV9. Here to tell us more about it is James Bell.
Hello.
James, you guys did it. Tell us about this EV9.
This is something we've so looked forward to doing since introducing the concept EV9. Everybody said, that's a beautiful machine, please make it. And now the day has come. And so yeah, we're excited, and we reckon we've got about an 8 or 9 month window of exclusivity in this space that you just described. So we're feeling pretty good at Kia.
This is a very large product.
It is, but it's also rated a 0.29 coefficient of drag, which puts it right in there with Toyota Prius. We worked really hard, with Active Aero in the front and the way that it's all guided around, it's...
0.29 is phenomenal.
Yes.
Actually, there's a lot of coupes of old that would love to get 0.29.
Absolutely. And one of the things about not just to get great range, but it's also about when you're driving the sound, because there's no motor making noise. It's only tire and wind noise. So that's a big part of it too. Not only giving the best range, but also making a very peaceful and luxurious experience.
Obviously, with large exterior dimensions, we have a great interior. Let's hear about it.
You see all the JD Power Awards we win for people being happy with their car, initial quality and all that stuff. A lot of it is connected to the fact that they can get in a Kia and start using it right away. Everything's very intuitive for those functions that you use often. And more importantly, there are now 10 different components of this interior which are recyclable and renewable. I like the reclining seats. Kind of, first class airplane seats in there, also in the driver's and passenger seat. The idea being that we think that people want an electric vehicle for going out and having an adventure. Got plenty of range, got plenty of power, plenty of clearance, so the thing will go anywhere.
When can we expect this in market?
Hopefully before Christmas. We're having a word to Santa Claus, see if we can get that done.
Well, there you go. Put the EV9 on your Christmas wish list.
Yes, sir.
Now a question for you. Where would you go to test drive the most powerful BMW SUV ever? probably not in New York City. Phoenix, Arizona?
The brand new BMW XM. Fast, yes. Luxurious, yes. Huge wheels. These are 23s and around 650 horsepower in the regular version from that V8 and electric motor. Now there's a gold line that runs up and down the side of this particular trim version, and that is paying homage to the original M1.
At the back, stacked quad exhaust pipes and 2 badges on each side of the rear window, paying tribute to the original badging on the M1.
30 miles on electricity alone, plus the fact that you get that V8 hybrid and it's built in America. How can you go wrong?
The BMW XM has a 25.7 kilowatt-hour battery on board, giving what BMW say should be 30 miles on electricity alone.
There is a lot more to the luxuriousness of this car than just what's under the hood. Look around. Look at what you see just sitting in the driver's seat, and you will notice coolness from many angles.
So here back in New York, what is the ultimate driving machine? It's probably this.
This is the 2023 M2. It's bigger, it's got more horsepower, and it's completely exhilarating to drive.
The M2 is driven by a 453 horsepower, twin-turbo, inline-6 engine, rear-wheel drive, and standard 6-speed manual gearbox. That's enough power to make your granny's dentures fall out. But it's not just about power.
When it comes to the design of the brand new M2, you can see some big differences. The grille, frameless, and it's not ginormous. BMW have managed to make this vehicle aggressive and very bold without making it bulky and very square.
The M2 is a car that's packed with tech and comfort features. The optional race seats hug you like a mama bear. And the infotainment system is so easy to use, even your dog could figure it out. If you're in the market for a sports car, the BMW M2 should be at the top of your list. Keep calm and drive on.
All right, guys, this is going to be the most exciting segment of the whole show. Every auto show has what I call the island of the misfit toys. It's the cars down in the basement. They're not new model lines that are launched. It's where the electric test track is. It's where all the super high performance cars are. So you ready? We're going to take a journey down here in the basement at Javits. So as you make your way into the basement at Javits, the very first thing you're gonna see are performance cars like this. This is all about drift racing right here. But the funny thing is it's like right over my shoulder is a travel trailer. Well, that's what's exciting about down here in the basement, is that there is something for everyone at an auto show. So whether you're into speed racing or you wanna go camping, it's all down here. What I love about the basement area at an auto show is that auto shows invite car clubs in as well. So it's not just about race cars or those campers, it's also about club members, right? So if you look over my shoulder, again, you've got a club and then you've got overlanding vehicles. Everything that you want in an auto show is gonna be here at Javits. And as many of you know, I am a huge RVer, right? I've taken my 38-foot Winnebago Forza all over the United States. So even here in Javits, it's not just about the race cars. It's not just about the electric cars. It's also about getting off grid, like this one right here. This is Brooklyn Campers.
Top 3 things that are nice about this van. First one is satellite internet, which means that you could be out in Yosemite National Park, have fast internet, faster than the internet I have at home. And then you have the power station here. 10 kilowatt hours of battery. What that means is that it can support the AC unit for over 25 hours. With a big battery station, we also need a lot of solar power. We installed marine grade walkable solar panels up there so you can enjoy the sunset. And lastly, we invented the BKC swing out panels.
So when you're coming into the electric drive program, whoever raises their hand first and says, hey, come drive with us, it's our winner right here.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, so when you're down in Javits in the basement, that really means there's only one thing left to do. I've seen everything down here now. It's just time to take a test drive in an electric vehicle. Jackie and I in the all-new Volkswagen ID4.
Up next, 2 new 3-row SUVs from VW and Land Rover to port you and your team. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar. Fox Sports at the New York Auto Show, presented by TrueCar. Car buying shaped for your life.
And welcome back. Well, over the years, you may have seen Chrysler minivans that have been converted for wheelchair use. Now, Chrysler is expanding that into the autism community with a new autism package. And here to tell us more about it is Chris Fuel from Chrysler. So Chris, tell us about this journey.
We're just really excited to partner with the Autism Society of America. Over 3% of people in the United States are affected by autism. And mobility, just from simple errands to long road trips, pose a unique challenge. So we have created a calm cabin package, and that content includes a comfortable pillow, as well as a seatbelt sleeve, a weighted blanket.
Now, you were telling me that pillow isn't just a comfortable pillow, it's also for them to
hold and play with. It has a very tactile touch and feel. And then we've got a light and sound device, and then a content organizer, because a lot of times you have toys and games and things that need to be neatly organized. And of course, our rear seat entertainment system.
You were also telling me that this comes with some dealer training.
We're working with the local chapters of the Autism Society to conduct training with our dealers to raise awareness, create a sensitivity around how to speak with families that are dealing with autism, promote the Calm Cabin package, and things like that.
Well, there you go. Something for the long journeys that should help out everyone in the car.
You know, guys, one of the things I love the most about auto shows is it's not just about the singular car in a booth, it's actually about the entire booth experience. So instead of highlighting one vehicle, we're going to take you on a journey through the Volkswagen booth, starting with this incredible cutaway. A lot of consumers in the marketplace right now, they want to know what electric means to the market, and they have a little trouble understanding where all of the technology lives. So if you look at this is a cutaway of the Volkswagen ID4. You can actually see the battery system, the technology, the control modules down below the vehicle. As I make my way through the booth, you're gonna see this stunning vehicle. This is the Volkswagen Atlas, and it is new for this year. So you're gonna see a refined exterior design. On the interior, it is all about luxury. They've dropped the 6-cylinder motor, and they're going with a 4, but they're putting a significantly larger turbocharger on it. All right, as we make our way through the booth, you have another trim level of the Atlas, and this one right here is the R. I'm gonna bring our team around and let them take a look on the inside. You can see that this thing is all about interior refinement. 3 rows to the Atlas as well. Here in New York at the auto show, they're excited to show off the all-new Atlas Peak Edition. This one really makes you think about getting off-road. Of course, it's in the name, Atlas Peak. So you're gonna see side cladding here to help protect the vehicle when you're off-roading. You're gonna see all-terrain tires that really help the vehicle grab when off-roading. And on the inside, of course, you're gonna maintain that luxury that you would expect with a Volkswagen vehicle. 3 rows on the inside, lots of safety and technology. Expect to see this hot number hitting dealerships soon.
In the Middle East, you'll see lots of supercars like this, and you'll see lots of sand dunes. And that gives me an idea. There is a new Land Rover Defender, the 130 3-row vehicle. And we're in the desert in the United Arab Emirates, because this is where Land Rover tests these vehicles at temperatures well over 100 degrees and sand as far as the eye can see.
It's like a tank, but with more legroom. But the interior is far from a military vehicle. Step inside and you'll feel like you're in a luxury safari vehicle. Except instead of spotting lions, you may be more likely to spot a Starbucks drive-thru. This is a vehicle that can comfortably seat up to 8 people, making it perfect for large families or groups of adventurers. The seats are comfortable and supportive, and plenty of head and legroom for the tallest passengers. But let's be honest, the Defender 130 isn't just about comfort, it's about capability, and this vehicle doesn't disappoint. Off-road, the Defender 130 excels. In the sand, the vehicle is surprisingly refined despite the terrain. The ride is smooth and comfortable, and the steering is precise and responsive. And despite its size, the Defender 130 is surprisingly nimble, making it easy to maneuver. Inside, the Defender 130 is packed with features to make your journey more comfortable and convenient. There's a touchscreen information system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a premium sound system. But the Defender also oozes style. It's got that classic British design that looks good no matter where you take it. And with 3 different sizes to choose from, you're sure to find one that fits your needs.
Coming up, we show you the fastest cars here at the New York Auto Show.
We'll have more from the New York Auto Show. Stay with us.
Fox Sports at the New York Auto Show, presented by True Car. Car buying shaped to your life.
Well, certainly one of the most popular exhibits at the New York Auto Show is the exotics, right? Over my shoulder here, the Rolls-Royce Ghost. That's a car that starts north of $500,000. We can all dream, can't we? Rolls-Royce actually had their best sales year last year, selling more than 6,000 vehicles. Here we have the Karma. It's an all-electric. That's out of California. And behind me, the Bentley Bentayga. That's their SUV. Next to it, you have the Lotus Emira FE. Now, the Emira has Lotus's beautifully smooth V6 motor, and next to that is the Rimac Navara. Now, the Navara is built in Croatia, and it's an all-electric vehicle. And I'll finish off our tour here of the exotics with these 2 cars. They're 2 Koenigseggs. Here to tell us more about it is Chrysler Hultberg from Koenigsegg. So, Chrysler, what do we have here?
Well, so here we have our first 4-seater hypercar. It's a Koenigsegg Gemera. Gemera is Swedish, which stands for to give more power and more speed. It's a 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering, 4-wheel torque vectoring hypercar, 1,700 horsepower. It's a hybrid. It runs on ethanol, methanol, gasoline in any mixtures. You can charge it at home. You can go on a weekend trip, and you have space for 4 luggage.
Okay, now you have another car here. It's the red car.
Yes. So
I call it the red car.
This is a Koenigsegg Regera. Regera is Swedish, which stands for rule them all, like a king that reigns everybody. So that's a current world record holder in acceleration and deceleration from 0 to 400 kilometers an hour, back to 0. It has a V8 and 1,500 horsepower. It's a pure 2-seater, but it's like a GT car for long haul.
Oh, there you go. A couple cool Koenigseggs to round out the exotics.
We are here in the Nissan booth at Javits, and it's all about high-end performance with this gem over my shoulder. This is the all-new 2024 Nissan GTR. This one is their Nismo package. I'm a car guy, you're a car guy. Let's talk about what makes this vehicle so special for the new year.
600 horsepower, standard all-wheel drive, dual clutch, automatically shifted transmission.
Let's just start with the carbon fiber hood. It's stunning. It sets itself apart from other vehicles.
The Nismo in particular is covered in carbon fiber, front, top, rear, all over the place, in the pursuit of maximum performance. For model year 24, we've got revised front and rear fascias as well as a brand new wing on all grades of GTR in the pursuit of maximum aerodynamic performance.
I want to bring you guys around to the rear. Dimitri was mentioning this massive spoiler on the back of this GTR. I mean, this is big, man. I mean, I could eat dinner on the back of this.
That's right. This year, 10% bigger wing. You'll notice it's got this really nice swan neck design, also new for this year.
You want to learn a little bit more about the sales? Well, I got them for you. What does it mean to the brand with the GTR and some of their other products? Had a chance to catch up with Mike Collar, Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
We believe in internal combustion, and we know that the American public, at only 6% EV take right now, needs internal combustion for their daily needs still. You can go EV, and you have all the range and all the qualities that an EV brings, but you can also get internal combustion as well in cars like the GTR.
Nissan will offer the GTR in 3 different trim levels. It'll start with the Premium Edition, then they'll go to the T-Spec right here, and of course the Nismo, which is their high-performance edition. With this one right here, you're not gonna see the carbon fiber accents that you would with the Nismo edition. Guys, I gotta tell you right now, if you're in the market for a high-performance vehicle, it is gonna be the Nissan GTR. History, heritage, and it's all about high performance. Nick?
Just outside the Javits Center in Chelsea is a space that Lamborghini have taken over to show us the brand new vehicle called the Rebuto. Being the flagship for Lamborghini, it's clearly an extremely beautiful vehicle, but a lot of the beauty takes place in the engine compartment at the back. 6.5 liter V12, 8-speed transmission. This is their very first plug-in hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicle, and over 1,000 horsepower. This is a new race-inspired steering wheel, and I have to tell you, it's one of the best parts of the cabin on the inside. The other best part is all the brand new technologies and screens.
We had a development target to bring the performance level on the next level. And therefore, we decided really to go also to the extreme direction. For sure, if you look at the performance numbers, it's incredible. Also, the performance is incredible, but the drivability is also, let me say, you would not expect that it's so easy. The most important thing is you have to have this Lamborghini wow effect when you drive the car. And this is important, emotions.
Now this can do about 6 miles on electricity alone, and you would recharge it here from this adapter in the front. But it's not the only way you can recharge the vehicle. You can also recharge it by using regenerative braking or the V12 engine, and that will recharge the battery in just 6 minutes.
And I'm joined by Mike and Nick. You guys, I love the show. I love it that there's so many EV tracks on the floor. People can drive these cars.
Yeah, I don't think the pandemic had a lot to offer us in positive things, but the one thing that happened at auto shows, inside tracks for electric cars. This is an opportunity for people to come out, to touch, to feel, to actually drive the cars as well, which they weren't ever able to do in auto shows. So it's a real advantage to consumers understanding and learning all about electric cars.
Well, one I'm going to want to get behind, that Ram EV, right, Mike?
Yeah, so you know what? Here's what's great about Ram is that they've taken a calculated approach to bringing their truck to market. They're the third of the big 3 to bring it to market, and they're gonna go with 500 miles of range with that Ram truck, and I think that's what makes it amazing. The second part of it is they went for a normal look. Ram buyers wanna feel like they're part of the Ram brand. They don't want something that's super futuristic, so when you look at it, it just feels like a Ram truck.
On the opposite end, I had a chance to take a look at the Kona Electric, and they have a natural aspirant, as they like to call it. It looks very futuristic. It is a cool looking little product. It has lots of space on the interior. This is going to be their entry-level electric, 260 miles on a charge according to Hyundai. I think Hyundai's doing some great strides in the EV world. On the SUV side, we also have Subaru. They did the Crosstrek here with the Wilderness, right?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you know what? Here's what's amazing about Subaru, is it's just as much about bringing cool products to market as it is about the buyer of the vehicle. These are the most passionate consumers in the market. So they launched an all-new Crosstrek, new chassis, new front fascia, new rear fascia. But here's what's unique, is that they're listening to their audience. Their buyers, they want to go off-road.
Speaking of off-road, there's a new Wrangler in town.
Now in the Wrangler 392, which we saw today, it still has a V8 in it, but I think this might be the last time we see V8s in these vehicles as manufacturers change over to electrified powertrains. I'm gonna buy one purely for the reason I wanna make sure that I still have the opportunity to experience them before there's something that we tell the grandkids.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that for sure. You had a chance to take a look at the Nissan GTR, right?
Hold your horses, everyone's talking about electrics. No, not at Nissan. This GTR, we're talking 600 horsepower, massive turbocharger, carbon fiber hood, massive spoiler on the rear. This thing just makes me want to go fast.
Speaking of a variant that I know this guy would love to have, the Raptor R.
Yeah, right. This new Raptor R is pushing out 700 horsepower. It comes standard with 37-inch tires on it. It's using live valve suspension, which means when you're out there off-roading, it will adjust as you're driving off-road. And then, of course, they've got all the electronic driving modes that you can utilize, including Baja mode. So you're looking at a Raptor that is all about performance. But the best part for me, guys, is that if I don't want to go off-road, I just want to take my wife out on a date, I can pull into any valet lot, and people are going to be like, that is an amazing vehicle.
And with that, guys, That's all the time we have. For Nick Miles, Mike Caudill, I'm Tor Dietrich. For our entire crew here in New York, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the road.